I received a question about the permanent diaconate. Specifically, we were sent a question about whether a permanent deacon can be moved from parish to parish in the same way a priest can. This can be answered rather simply, but for purposes of this video, I'd like to begin with some historical comments about the development of the diaconate and its renewal in the Western Church after Vatican II. What is spoken of in chapter 6 of Acts of the Apostles is what the Church has always understood as the diaconate. St. Luke doesn't call these 7 men specifically deacons, but he does use the Greek word diakonia, which means service. The 7 were chosen to be of service in addressing some of the unmet needs in the Jerusalem community. As all of the ordained ministries in the Church developed, the diaconate was recognized to be of great service to the Christian community. For several centuries, the diaconate retained its place as a distinct ministry. In time, however, it came to be seen more as a stepping stone for those destined to be ordained as priests. In fact, other such ministries in the Church came to be seen as steps along the way as well. The minor orders of porter, lector, acolyte, and exorcist. We also had major orders of subdeacon, deacon, priest, and bishop. In the liturgical renewal after Vatican II, we now speak of the lay ministries of lector and acolyte, and the holy orders of deacon, priest, and bishop. Each of these is distinct, and the receiving of one is no guarantee that the candidate will be admitted to the next higher order. Since 1965, the permanent diaconate has grown and flourished in some dioceses. It is no longer seen as only for priestly candidates. A man can be ordained as a deacon, which he will be for the rest of his life. He need not be celibate. He can be married and have a family. As I mentioned, the question sent in to me on this topic asked, do the permanent deacons get moved to other parishes like priests do? Theoretically, yes. But when we have married clergy, more consideration has to be given to the fact that this man is married and may still have children at home. Thus, their needs must be considered in making arrangements. An unmarried candidate for diaconate may be ordained at age 25, but if he is married, the minimum age is 35, and he must have the consent of his wife. Once he is ordained, he cannot change his marital status, even if his wife dies. The ministry of a permanent deacon is varied. Liturgically, he is able to proclaim the gospel and preach a homily, perform the sacrament of baptism, officiate at weddings and funerals, but without presiding at Mass, of course. The permanent deacon will also have another ministry of service in a parish, in the diocese, or in society at large. In our diocese, we have 2 permanent deacons. Deacon Reg Bouchard in Falaire is of retirement age, but still does what he is able to for the elderly and others in his parish, and among some indigenous peoples. Deacon Gerald Logan assists in St. Joseph's Parish in Grand Prairie. He's also the director of the Archdiocesan Office of Life and Family. The ministry of many deacons is matched to their skills and personal gifts. In our archdiocese, the training, or better said, formation of permanent deacons has usually taken place in Edmonton. There is a 2-year program at Providence Renewal Center, which includes the wives of the candidates in a portion of the sessions. If anyone in our archdiocese is pondering such a vocation in his own life, I encourage them to speak to me or to our vocations director, Father Michael Usoareri. Thanks again for your questions. We'll see you next time.